Hi, Ian Newton here. In just under an hour, I'm heading off to hospital to check in for a knee reconstruction as a result of a sporting mishap 2.5 weeks ago. Just one of those simple accidents, but played havoc with my right knee. It's really easy to fall into a bit of a pit after we have an injury. We feel sorry for ourselves, sit on the couch and slump and wonder, why me? But it's more useful to ask how or what questions, such as what do I need to remain fit and how do I go about this? And I just keep coming back to myself. I was thinking, well, what can I do now? Instead of focusing on what I can't do. So there's 3 areas in particular. There's exercise. In my case, it's my knee. For you, it could be something else, a hip, an ankle, your back, your neck, your shoulder. First, discover what you can do. What can you move without causing any disruption to the injured part? And then work out how many movements you can do to exercise. They could be standing, seated, even lying down. And you might be using some light weights or doing some leg raises, moving your arms around, whatever that is. But work out what it is you can do and create a circuit and do this on a regular basis. Leading into the surgery, my knee has settled down. They always wait until the swelling goes down. So at the moment, it's as good as it's been over the last 2 weeks. And so I've been a little more active last couple of days. Now I know in the next week there's going to be a brace and stitches and who knows what. And so I'm going to be a bit more restricted. So I'll be really coming back to what can I do that doesn't involve any engagement with that leg, doesn't put any weight or pressure through it. One of the things we have to be careful of, say if you're seated and trying to avoid the weight in one leg or one shoulder, is that you don't put undue stress on other joints in the body or your spine. Just be aware of not creating upsets, because even walking with a limp creates an upset through your ankle and hip, your other knee, into your back, right up to your neck. Be aware of that and act appropriately. The second area to look at is diet. Now, if I continue to consume the same level of calories that I did when I was exercising a lot, well, I'd gain weight. So I had to cut back on the calories a little. And of course, when you have a bit more time on your hands sitting around, it's easier to snack. So being careful about that is very important. But what I do need in my diet is quality proteins. Proteins break down to amino acids, enter the body. They're the building blocks of the body, of the muscle, of the immune system. Really important I have those quality proteins in this phase and in the recovery phase. The other thing to avoid is sugar. Sugar drives inflammatory processes in the body, and also it has an immune suppressing effect. So watching out for the sugar is very, very careful. So good diet, not too much, good protein, keep the sugar down. The third thing is stress management. When we're under stress, and an injury is a stress, and then we become more stressed as a consequence of what all the implications are surrounding that injury. Time off work, not being able to play sport, all sorts of things, not being able to drive for a while. And so we need to manage the stress. Very important, because when you're under stress you produce more cortisol. In its normal range it's an anti-inflammatory, but when there's too much it becomes pro-inflammatory, and it suppresses DHEA, which is a feel-good hormone, helps you sleep, regulates your mood and your energy. Very, very important. So we need to control that. Below you'll see 2 audio files. One's just on relaxation and one's on the repair phase. Spend some time with them. Do not discount the impact of stress in your recovery. Of course, one more thing, going into surgery, I know that an optimistic approach equals a better therapeutic outcome. I had my first knee, the other knee, reconstructed 33 years ago, and it was a much bigger deal. Lots of time in plaster, lots of scarring, quite a radical surgery. By comparison, I know this one isn't too bad, even though I did read up on some of the more gory details. But I approach this with little stress because I've been preparing myself, and also a strong sense of optimism, and I know that I'll be home tomorrow with my feet up, working out what I can do from there. Right, so I wish you the best with whatever has afflicted you. I hope you have a speedy recovery, and please do the things below. Plus, have a good look through the Roadmap to Vibrant Health site. There is so much here. We're all about having people being healthy, living real quality of life, and you can do it too. So click on one of the links and have a good look. Thank you.